Hey, welcome. Merry Christmas. How are you doing today, this holiday season? Today's a wonderful day. I'm so glad that you're joining me. Let me turn off my Christmas music. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that. Had to turn off my Christmas music so that you could hear me. So welcome. We are talking about Christmas-inspired marketing today. I love Christmas, don't you? There's so many wonderful things about the whole season, right? But really the most important thing is like the whole experience of it, right? It's not, the whole experience is made up of all of the different pieces of Christmas, whatever that is for you. But it all adds up to the entire experience. So before we get into that, let me back up. Let me introduce myself. If you don't know me, my name is Michele Peterson. I am the owner, the founder of Exactly Right Online Marketing and Marketing Results Academy. And what I do, I'm a copywriter, I'm a marketing consultant and coach, and I help small businesses, entrepreneurs with their marketing. I help them figure out the marketing that's going to work to attract more of their ideal customers and clients, turn those prospects into paying, loyal, sticking with them customers and clients. And like I say, and part of that is retaining them. So we like to say attract, convert, retain. So I help with that. And my ideal customer, my ideal client is that small business owner or solo entrepreneur. I work a lot with direct sales people, people who are maybe like the one person shop. Sometimes they have a small team. And with direct sales, I help them specifically grow their team to have better success. But so that's what I do. And so I'm passionate about sharing marketing strategies and tips and tactics with other people. Thank you for being here. This is what we're doing today is I'm sharing some Christmas-inspired marketing because I think that you can take lessons from things that are going on around you, right? And when you relate when you relate your message to what is going on around you, it seems to make more of an impact, right? So that's what inspired me to put this content together for you today. And like I say, it is about how you can use Christmas-inspired marketing not just at Christmas, but the entire year round. So let's jump in, right? So first of all, we started off talking about that memorable Christmas experience. And it's not just about one thing, it's about everything combined, right? So we're talking the sights of Christmas, right? The lights and the decorations and the presents under the tree. Maybe it's the sights of everybody dressed up, in their holiday finery. So there's the sights of Christmas. And then there's the sounds. Of course, I had to turn off my Christmas music, so Christmas music, the sounds of, maybe the jingle bells, right, is something that is a iconic Christmas sound, but mostly the music. The smells of Christmas, right? The Christmas tree. Ooh, I'm about to knock mine over. The Christmas tree, the hot cocoa maybe, and then now we're kind of getting into both the smells and the tastes, but the maybe the candy cane or the hot chocolate. You can't see my mug. 'Tis the season to sparkle. But so the smells, the tastes. What about the feels, the touch of Christmas, right? So maybe the warm scarves, or if you got the warm bundled up hat when you're out walking around in the cold. Maybe it's those warm fuzzy socks that you wear on Christmas morning, right? There's the tactile, there's the touch of the Christmas season that makes that whole thing memorable. And if you think of any one thing, sure, you have hot chocolate throughout the year, perhaps, or at least throughout the winter. But some things they're just very specific to the Christmas season. So what can you as a marketer do in your marketing that gives that feeling that is unique to you, but that will give that experience, make working with you, make even interacting with you, even engaging with your marketing. How are you creating that memorable experience for your prospects, your customers, your clients, your tribe? Think about that, right? And really, as online marketers especially, it's kind of hard to do the whole smells and tastes and sound. Well, sounds we can do. But sometimes it's hard to do the whole package. Whereas if you're a brick and mortar, you can do a lot of that when people are coming into your store, right? You can have the decorations, and you can have the music going, and you can have the smells, and you can have something for them to taste. You can have so it's different when you're online though, right? So you have to think about things a little differently, but you still want to be memorable. And that's something that it seems so simple, right? When you think about it, it's so hard to implement because you want to do something that makes the experience memorable for your customer, and you want them to remember you. But you have to do it in a way that is uniquely and authentically you, so that it's not just blending into the whole landscape, right? So think about like when you're driving down the street, and in our neighborhood, a lot of people decorate for Christmas. They decorate their lights in their yard, their houses and their yards with lights and other stuff, right? So we have one house who's really big on the inflatables. And so anyway, so you're driving down the street and everybody's decorated for Christmas, right? How are you going to stand out and be memorable amongst everybody else who's decorated for Christmas, right? In the marketing landscape, how are you going to stand out as a marketer amongst all the other people who are doing what you're doing and who are trying to attract the same clients as you? How are you going to stand out? So you have to think about that as a marketer, right? And you really have to think about what is the feeling that you want somebody to retain from working with you, right? So we all know that it's really smart marketing to focus on feelings, right? That feeling of fear, or that feeling of accomplishment, or that the feeling of worry or anxiety, or the feeling of whatever problem it is that you're solving for somebody. What is the feeling behind it? We all know that that's smart marketing, right? But so you need to also then focus on the feelings when you're creating that experience, right? You want to wrap everything together into that nice package that leaves your prospects and your clients with that positive, affirming feeling that they will remember and they will want to come back to get more and more of. Okay? So that's what you want to do. Like how the Christmas experience, while it's about all of those things, it really is about how Christmas makes you feel, right? How does the scarf and walking down the road and with bundled up and seeing the Christmas lights and having that candy cane. How does all of that wrapped together make you feel about Christmas, right? That's what you wanted to do in your marketing as well, okay? So create that memorable experience, that memorable emotional experience. Speaking of walking down the street and seeing all of the neighborhood houses lit up for Christmas, you probably have or have one in your neighborhood, or have seen that house where it looks like, we like to say in my family, we like to say that Christmas threw up on this house, right? The house that I told you about with the inflatables, well, that house is kind of like Christmas threw up on it, because they've got the abominable snow monster, and then they've got a snow globe, and then they've got some carolers, and they've just got so many different things going on. And then they've got lights on the tree trunks, and then they've got different kinds of lights on one part of the house, and then another strand of lights, and blinking lights on the bushes. I mean, it's just overwhelming, right? And it's not cohesive. It's just like Christmas threw up. And so many marketers kind of do the same thing, right? You kind of do this because you've heard it works. And then you do this because, well, that sounds like a good idea. And all of a sudden you step back and you're like, marketing has kind of thrown up on your business, right? And while each individual thing is a good idea, if you don't have if you don't have a cohesive plan to make them all work together, well, then it's kind of not going to be as effective as it could be. You know, I'm trying to say this nicely, but I'm kind of known for tough love too. So let me give you a little tough love here. If you are doing too much, if you are doing the marketing where marketing is just going to, you need to stop it. You need to have more of a cohesive plan, and where everything fits together nicely, right? Now, nobody is going to walk in my neighborhood and judge this house is the best house because it is the most beautiful and it's all cohesive and it's just, nice. It's beautiful. And nobody's going to give the throw up house, the award for most hideous, or nice try, best effort, whatever. And nobody's judging your marketing either, except for the results that your marketing is getting. So that is how your marketing is being judged, in how effective is it, right? Because while you don't get a specific score, this house rated a 1 or this house rated a 5, a 4, 10, whatever it is, it's not that, right? And you want to be known, you want your marketing to be working, for one thing, and you want to be known as that marketer who does a great job. You don't want to be that house. You don't want to be that house. Right? Don't be that marketer either. So you're putting forth the effort into marketing, and that's great. But now take the next step and make it be marketing that really works for you. Make it be a cohesive plan. So I told you about the throw up house. Now let me tell you about another house where it's beautiful, right? So they have just traditional white lights all around their roof, on the roof line. They've got poinsettias lined up on the walkway up to their house. They've got the their lights in spirals that look like kind of look like an abstract kind of Christmas tree. They have those on one side of the yard, and then they have them repeated on the other side of the yard. And then they've got a huge nutcracker next to the door. It is just beautiful, right? because all of the elements, while they're different, of course, but they all work together, that none of them are clashing or fighting one another. And they all work together to make this beautiful, comprehensive, cohesive picture. Whereas, and so they put probably less effort into creating that than the house, with all of the different, inflatables and blow-ups and different lights around the house. And that, in a way, is probably more effort. It took them more time and probably cost them much more to do all of that. And at the end of the day, it's not as effective. So I encourage you to look at your marketing, and I want you to think of these two houses and which one you would rather be. Okay? So we've talked about creating that memorable experience, the Christmas experience, the emotional experience for your customers, clients, patients, and prospects. I encourage you to create that experience for people, even if they don't end up buying from you, because maybe they will in the future. Okay? So, memorable, emotional experience, a cohesive plan that all works in together. And now this last thing that I want you to have Christmas inspired marketing throughout the rest of the year. It has to do with the gifting of Christmas, right? So even if it's a small thing, we like to give and receive Christmas gifts, right? It's part of the season, right? Is giving of gifts. Now, I want you to think of your product or service as a gift. I'm not suggesting you give it away for free. I am saying have the gift mindset, right? Because I want you to think of it being a gift to your client or customer. Because so many people are kind of hesitant about marketing. They're hesitant about selling what they do, what they provide to their customers. We kind of have this icky kind of mindset about it, right? But when you think of what you do and what you provide as a gift that is helping your customers and clients solve a problem, shame on you if you are withholding that gift by not marketing and not letting them be aware of what you are providing. What a different shift, right? So shame on you for withholding the gift of your products or service by not doing effective marketing, which makes them aware of your product or service. It's kind of a full circle there, right? Kind of hard to wrap your mind around, especially if you have been one of these marketers where you're hesitant to market yourself because you kind of grew up with that that mental picture of the used car salesman and that icky feeling. Well, of course, we know this, right? Nobody likes to feel sold to, but everybody likes to buy, and they especially like to buy a solution to their problem. So when you switch gears from thinking of yourself as that slimy used car salesman and instead think of yourself as Santa Claus for perhaps, it's going to change your marketing. It's going to change your outlook. It's going to change your motivation to do your marketing, right? You are going to wake up and plan your marketing more effectively, and you're going to be more apt to implement it. That's another whole topic. But if you are feeling like what you're doing is providing a gift to somebody, that you are really helping them, then, like I say, then it becomes more natural. You're going to want to do it, right? You're going to be joyful about doing your marketing because, of course, you want to share this gift, right? And marketing is how you're going to share it because it's how you're going to let people know about it. I have seen so many people when they make that shift have such huge success, right? They go from struggling to really thriving in their business. And it's all about having that mindset shift from what are your clients and customers doing for you? Of course, they're paying you money and they're helping you provide for your family and helping you make a living. And so many times people are just focused on that. What are they doing for me? But instead, if you focus on what you are doing for them and you make it all about them, have that service mentality, that servant mentality in a good way, right? I think sometimes people get caught up on that too. Well, I'm nobody's servant. Well, yes, you are. And that's a good thing. Okay, so when you change to that, it makes all the difference in the world. And it will make the difference to your success and your results too. So isn't that interesting, right? So this Christmas, this idea of being inspired by Christmas in your marketing throughout the whole year, especially if, like me, you love Christmas. So it's this idea of creating that memorable experience, like the Christmas experience, and having that cohesive plan for what you're doing, right? Instead of the jumbled, of like the holiday decoration for the house. When you're more cohesive, you're going to have, oh, hey, Jim, Merry Christmas to you too. And so have that cohesive plan and you're going to have more success. And then when you have that gift mindset, right? So I'm ending with that because I think it is probably the most important. You have to start thinking of what you do as a gift that somebody else needs to receive. And like I said before, it's not that you're giving it away for free. It is valuable and they need to be paying you for it. But it is think of it as that gift that you don't want to hold back. You should not hold back from somebody who needs it, right? Shame on you if you are withholding the gift of your product or service by not marketing it properly, by not getting it in front of those people who need it. I know, it's tough love, and I know that you're not used to thinking of it that way. I get it, but I promise you that if you start thinking of that and write it down so that you see it every day. Shame on you for not marketing your business. You are withholding the gift that somebody needs to receive. And remind yourself of that until it becomes second nature to think of it that way. Because when you do, I promise you guys, you are going to get so much better results and you'll find more joy in it again. Okay? So I love that you have been here with me, whether you're here live like Jim and a couple of other people have popped in and out. If you are here live, thank you so much. I really appreciate spending some time with you virtually. And thank you. Jim just commented that what a great way to look at it. And yeah, thank you, Jim. And so whether you're here live, whether you are here on the replay, thank you for watching now too. And leave me a comment. If something has inspired you or just really touched you, leave me a comment. I would love to hear about it don't withhold that gift from me. Okay. Because even as the replay goes on, I still monitor the comments and I will reply to your comments. So thank you so very much for being here with me today. And reach out, stay connected with me. I really encourage you to do that. And make sure you turn on notifications so you know next time I go live so you won't miss anything. And I will see you again soon. Thank you so very much for being with me today. I almost forgot. Share this with somebody else that you would like to give the gift of this knowledge and this mindset shift. And I would appreciate that as well. So until next time, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'll probably see you before the New Year, but Merry Christmas. Bye for now.